Good morning, second grade. This is your Wit and Wisdom lesson for Monday, April 27th. Welcome back. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. We are going to finish up our talk this week about the digestive system, and we're going to move on by the end of the week to reading a new book that I think you're really going to like. Called Stone Soup. But before we can do that, we're going to finish up learning a little bit more about the digestive system. So I'm going to share my screen with you so we can jump right in to our learning for today. So close that. All right. Slideshow. All right. Here we go. There we go. Okay. We are ready to begin. What are you going to need for your lesson today? You are going to need your blue Wit and Wisdom book, your paper or notebook and a pencil, your learning partner, and of course a quiet space so you can concentrate and do some really good thinking. If you need any of these supplies, go ahead and pause your video and grab them and then come back and push play when you're ready to start. All right, so for today, what are we going to learn? So by the end of today, your goal is to be able to describe the author's main point in a text or in a video. So today we're going to watch a little video and we're going to practice figuring out what is the author's main point and how do we know that? What is some evidence to back it up? I also want you to be able to describe some ways that food nourishes our body. Okay, so we've been talking so far this whole module about the essential question, how does food nourish us? So nourish was our big vocabulary word, and remember we said that was because we eat food and it keeps us, it helps us be healthy and strong and be able to move and grow when we eat food. But I want you to think about being able to answer this question or fill in the blank on this sentence. The digestive system blank to food to nourish our body. So what does the digestive system do to food to nourish our body? So I want you to turn to your learning partner and see if you can fill in that blank. So describe to them the digestive system does what to food in order to nourish our body. You might want to pause the video and explain to your learning partner what you should put in that blank. I wish I could hear what you were answering. I'm sure that you've got lots of good answers. You might be saying to your partner, the digestive system breaks down food and helps us absorb nutrients to nourish our body. Or the digestive system helps break down food and helps us create energy for our body to nourish our body. The thing is, you could really swap out any of the parts of the digestive system to fill in this sentence. So if I took out the word digestive system, I could replace it with any of the parts of the digestive system. I could say the mouth does what to food to nourish our body. What would you say? What does the mouth do? What's the function of the mouth? You could swap it out and say the esophagus does what to food? Well, the esophagus helps move the food down to your stomach so that you can nourish your body. So there's lots of different ways that the digestive system and its parts help get food to all the parts of our body to keep us healthy and strong. So in order to figure out what the author's main point in this video is for today, I want you to pause the video and I want you to draw a planner like this in your notebook. So you're going to have your heading up at the top. The video is called Food and Family. A space to put the author's main point, and a space that we're going to be able to put a few reasons. So what kind of evidence do we know that we hear in the video that supports our main point? Okay, so we're thinking about how do I determine the author's main point in the text or video? Okay, so let's move on to the video. Read the question with me and then I will start the video for us to think about that. How do I determine the author's main point of the text or video. Can you read that to your learning partner? How do I determine the author's main point of the text or video? Okay, let's watch our video. Let's see if we can.
Determining the author's point is very similar to that of looking for the main topic. However, the key difference is that people may have different ideas about the author's main point. For example, the main topic of page 10 from the digestive system is that the mouth is...
Hold on just a moment. I just want us to get to the video. There we go.
We are now going to watch a video and listen for the speaker's main point. Listen closely. As you watch the video, I'd like you to think about what the speaker wants her audience to believe.
Our eating habits have really changed. 50% of meals are eaten outside of the home, 20% in cars. If you sit down and have a meal at home with friends and family, number one, you're more likely to eat a more nutritious meal. Number two, you have far more control over what goes into that meal. On top of that, the camaraderie and the family bonding that goes into sitting down and just talking about your day over dinner in the evening. You know, I know as a kid, my parents, dinner time was family time. That was sacred time. You can hang out with your friends all you want before or after, but dinner time was the time that we connected as a family. And there's actually now research and data to show that in terms of social outcomes, kids do better, the whole family as a family unit does better, but then those families also are more likely to be an appropriate weight.
Now, I would like for you to pause the video and discuss with your learning partner. What point is Dr. Burke making? What does she believe? If you said Dr. Burke believes it is important for families to eat together, you are correct. Let's record this point in our first row of our author's point chart. Pause the video now to copy this point into your graphic organizer. Now, we are going to watch this video again. As we rewatch the video, I would like for you to pause as needed and jot down the reasons Dr. Burke provides to support her point about why it's important for families to eat together. Listen closely. Remember, what does she say about why she thinks it is important for families to eat together?
Our eating habits have really changed. 50% of meals are eaten outside of the home, 20% in cars. If you sit down and have a meal at home with friends and family, number one, you're more likely to eat a more nutritious meal. Number two, you have far more control over what goes into that meal. On top of that, the camaraderie and the family bonding that goes into sitting down and just talking about your day over dinner in the evening. You know, I know as a kid, my parents, dinner time was family time. That was sacred time. You can hang out with your friends all you want before or after, but dinner time was the time that we connected as a family. And there's actually now research and data to show that in terms of social outcomes, kids do better, the whole family as a family unit does better, but then those families also are more likely to be an appropriate weight.
If you have not written down the reasons that Dr. Burke gives to support her points, please pause the video now and write them. Let's see if you identified the same reasons I did. I noted her reasons were: you're more likely to eat a nutritious meal. You have more control over what you choose to eat. You have a chance to spend quality time with your family. We'll continue to practice identifying an author's point and supporting reasons over the course of this module. In the next portion of this lesson, we are going to review our informational paragraph about the stomach or small intestine.
Okay, so that's actually going to be what we do tomorrow. We're not going to work on our paragraph today. So today we actually just had a really nice short lesson. So hopefully you figured out some of the main ideas that the author had and what kind of evidence she gave to support her ideas. Okay, so now that we are done talking about the digestive system books, let's review some of our vocabulary before we are finished with our lesson today that went along with the digestive system books. Okay, so I will read you the definition, and then I want you to see if you can remember what word goes along with that definition. So our first one is to do with your stomach. Gastric. Tiny one-celled living things. Some of them cause disease. You said bacteria, you'd be correct. A slimy fluid that protects the breathing passages and the stomach. Oh, what is that? If you said mucus, you would be correct. To take in through very small openings. What do? We absorb something. Very nice. Finally, a liquid solution that breaks down food in the stomach. What is that liquid called? It is called acid. A group of parts that work together. What's the group of parts called? A system. To break down food into materials your body can use. Digest. Parts of the body that work together to break down food. So think about all of the parts of our body that break down food. What would you call it? If you said digestive system, you would be correct. And finally, to make or generate something new. Produce. Our body produces energy when it eats food. Couple more. When gas comes back out of your stomach after you eat or drink, what do we call that? Oh, we call it a belch or a burp. The liquid in your mouth that contains enzymes. What is that liquid in your mouth that helps you swallow? If you said saliva, you would be right on. All right, so nice quick lesson for today. I want you to turn to your learning partner and see if you can explain these questions. What are some of the ways that food nourishes your body? So think back to that sentence we talked about in the beginning. So the digestive system does what to nourish your body? Fill in that blank. What was the doctor's main point in the video? What was the main point that she was trying to make? If you said that it was that we should eat dinner with our friends and family, you would be correct. What were some of the reasons that she gave as to why we should eat with our friends and family? See if you can tell your partner that. You might need to look back at your organizer. Okay, and finally, our next steps for today. I want you to complete the exit ticket for today, for the 27th. Don't forget to do that. Give yourself a big cheer for doing your best work today. Thank your learning partner. So turn to your learning partner and tell them thank you for all of their help they've been giving you throughout our learning at home. And for homework, I just want you to make sure you find something you like to read and read for 20 minutes today. So we need to really keep our fluency skills up. Everyone was rocking it before we left for spring break, and I don't want those skills to slide. So make sure that you are reading at least 20 minutes every day to someone in your house, a friend or family, or on Zoom or on FaceTime, or to your dog or your cat or your stuffed animal. I've seen all of these great pictures of your animals and stuff that you've been sending me, and I love seeing all of your smiling faces and what you're doing while we're not together. So I will see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can reach me by email, and we can set up a time to talk, or we can set up a time to talk over Zoom if we need to look at some of your work. But I am here to help you however you need in this time that we cannot be together. So have a good afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow.